Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Ram Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare, Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare
देव्यो नमो नमः।
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare
I'm sorry for stopping the wonderful chanting, but we will continue with our Bhagavatam study soon. Nice chanting. I just wanted to continue with the greeting. So before that, we can read this thing by Srila Prabhupada. Even if we cannot offer the Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, then in the next shloka it is explained that whatever you can offer something. Just be in love with him. Then just see how much peaceful you feel, how much tranquility you feel, and how you are protected by Krishna, how you avoid insufficiency, how you become pure, and how you make your progress in spiritual life. This Srila Prabhupada spoke in New York on December 12th, 1966. I can repeat one more time. Even if you cannot offer this Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, then in the next shloka it is explained that whatever you can offer something. Just be in love with him. Then just see how much peaceful you feel, how much tranquility you feel, and how you are protected by Krishna, how you avoid insufficiency, how you become pure, and how you make your progress in spiritual life. Jai Shri Prabhupada. So, may I know who are on the call today?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, and Hare Krishna to all the devotees. This is Surendra Bhandari from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Madanat Pranam to you. Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. And Hare Krishna, Ram Shraddha Prabhuji, you. Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. So we'll quickly rush up with the greeting because our speaker is there. I don't want to keep Prabhuji waiting. Anybody else would like to quickly announce?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Ankush Bhandari from New Jersey.
Hare Krishna, Ankush Prabhuji, my Dharat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for joining. We missed you a couple of days. You didn't join. So please join us every day.
Ji Mataji.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Amrita Mani Devidasi.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining regularly. So I'm just saying that I didn't mean to put anyone down and up, but if somebody is joining regularly, then it's encouragement for the people who are not joining, and then people who are not joining can then join in. So yeah, Mataji has been joining regularly. So we want everyone to join regularly. That's the idea.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I don't want to compare. Yeah, anybody else?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees on this call. This is Premanandini Devidasi from Ashburn, Virginia.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for joining, chanting, and being there always with us.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all devotees. This is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mani Mataji, Madanat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for being there on the chanting. When you're not there, we really miss, because you have a unique, chanting, which is very, it's very enchanting to one's heart to hear your chanting. So please always be there with us. No breaks.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else would like to announce quickly? Okay, so today we have His Grace Ram Shraddha Prabhuji, and he will enlighten us. Prabhuji, you're there, right? I saw Prabhuji. Sometimes I can't read because the name is different. It's Galaxy or this thing. And yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, we see you now. Prabhuji is all dressed up in the, it's very cold there.
Yes, it's very cold.
Yeah, nice to see you all dressed up we are feeling cozy also.
When you have a marble floor, it becomes very cold.
Mayapur is cold, Prabhuji, right now? Very cold?
Mayapur is cold and marble floor in the house.
Oh, okay.
Very cold. It's cold from down, from your feet all up.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Prabhuji. So today on Everyday Chant, we are doing 8, 9, 19. Right, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Yeah. So please take over. And I think everybody will recite the verse with Prabhuji. He likes recitation. And I will try to share. I have saved the, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, that thing I will try to share. So everybody can read that and recite with Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jai Ho. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sahajatam Sarvamaratanatan Tam Tajiv Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Shakhan Vitamata Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalak Chakshur Militamila Tasmai Sri Guru Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanam Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha
Shunvadi
Namam Padaya Radhika Priyatni Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Tinam Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinam Srivashavanavi Devi Daitaya Kripati Krishna Sambandha Vijnana दायिने प्रभुवे नमः माधुरोज्ज्वल प्रेमाद्य श्री रूपानुग भक्ति श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते रूप गौरवाणी श्री मूर्ते यति न तारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धा पप सिद्धांत दुहांत हारिणे वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु भैवच पतितनां पावने वैष्णवे
नमो नमः
नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदाय ते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा
कांत नमस्ते
गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि जय राम सुरतो पंगोर मम मुंदमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्बोजं शिशि राधा मदन मोहन दिव्याद वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुम श्रीमद रत्नांकर सिंहासनस्थ श्री राधा श्री गोविंद देव प्रेष्ठाल विसेव्यमानो स्मराम श्रीमन रासरसारं एवं शिव ततस्थित कर्षण वेणुष्वनर गोपी गोपीनाथ शेष वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशव सचा कृष्ण भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः आत्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप सर्वकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्ति जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. बोलो श्रीमद ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय।
जय
श्रील प्रभु जय।
जय
श्रील
जय
गुरु
जय
और निताय गिरिराज गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
Hari Hari.
बोल। I have my class Janaki. So yesterday's verse was very interesting actually. That shows how to do bhajan and kirtan, how to do kirtan properly. That I will read that verse one more time. Soham priyasya suhrda paradevataya lila katastava narasinga virincha gita anjas titarmi anugrihnan guna vipramukho durgani te pada yugalaya angsa sangaha. O my Lord Narasimhadev, by engaging in your transcendental loving service in the association of the devotees who are liberated souls, I shall become completely uncontaminated by the association of the three modes of material nature and be able to chant the glories of Lord, of your Lordship, who are so dear to me. I shall chant your glories following in the footsteps of the Brahma and his disciplic succession. In this way, I shall undoubtedly able to cross the ocean of nations. Very important how to chant Hare Krishna mantra. Because we are nowadays so fond of doing kirtan with harmonium, sometimes two harmoniums and madanga. We never sing any bhajan. Absolutely nowhere people sing. They just straight away go to singing Harinam melody and different melodies. And here it says very clearly in the purport, therefore, in this verse, Prahlad Maharaj uses the word anjaha easily. Accepting the thoughts of the exalted authorities through the disciple succession is certainly much easier than the method of mental speculation, by which one tries to invent some means to understand the absolute truth. People think by chanting Hare Krishna, because Hare Nam Eva Kevalam, just chant Hare Krishna. And why did all the acharyas write all these songs and all these commentaries and all these books? We think we know everything better and we are smart cookies, you know. Sometimes I have to use strong words because we think there's no need to chant Hare Krishna. I mean, bhajans. Actually, unless you sing bhajans, the bhajans of the disciplic succession, like Krishna Hoite Chaturmukha, Brahma, this type of bhajans must be sung. Otherwise, we will not have any idea that Prabhupada is coming in disciplic succession. And we'll become our own authorities. Anything, nowadays they quote everything. Prabhupada says this, Prabhupada says this, but this way, they are actually not doing what Prabhupada says in the books. It's very clearly mentioned. One must sing the songs of the Acharyas. They said, however, chanting the song of the Acharyas, one should chant bona fide songs received from disciplic succession. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the chanting of the powerful chanting is powerful when one follows the disciplic succession. Evam parampara praptam maram raja. Manufacturing many types of chanting will never be effective. However, chanting the song or the narration left by the previous acharyas is extremely effective, and this process is very easy. So it's very important that we, like when we were young devotees, before the Bhagavatam class starts, we would singing more than half an hour of different bhajans every day. Nowadays it's not followed. They just sing Jai Radha Madhava, finish, that's good enough. But actually, of course, we were all living in ashram, in the temple. There were no Matajis there at all in our ashram in Hyderabad, only brahmacharis. So they were all determined because they've given up their homes and this and that to assist Prabhupada to join this movement. There's no question of salary, bilary, anything like that. And none of us were householders, therefore we didn't have to worry about a job or anything like that. We were strictly following the process. as Prabhupada says here in this purport. We were chanting the bhajans, and then after the bhajans, every bhajan we would chant Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna mantra must be, before that you should sing the bhajan. Otherwise, what will be the mood of chanting the holy name? The mood is our own mental inclinations. That's why it's a Prabhupada says they are the much easier method than the method of mental speculation by which one tries to invent some means to understand the absolute truth. Because the acharyas are situated in the Shuddha Sattva platform. Therefore, the songs are also Shuddha Sattva. When they chant the holy name, like Prabhupada, he was chanting Hare Krishna mantra in New York, Tompkins Square. But in his personal life, when he was not chanting outside, he would sing the bhajans. There are many recordings. And there sometimes he uses some of the songs, there are no harmonium at all. Sometimes he used harmonium. But only when you are singing privately. And we were all doing all kirtans without harmonium, only mridanga and kartala. And we knew so many songs. We would sing simply following the leader. Our leader at that time was Achyutananda. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira, Hari Hari bolite na yane babe nira. Very important. Nowadays without harmonium they cannot sing. They have big kirtan melas. It's practically a big concert going on there. There was never like that. But anyhow, this is Kali Yuga. We have to be very careful. That's why we are reading Bhagavatam, written by Prabhupada, spoken by Prabhupada, and spoken by Sukadev Goswami, not some other shastra, something else. So it's very important to follow the footsteps of the previous acharyas. That's why Prabhupada says, very clearly mentioned, one should follow the footsteps of previous acharyas. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is speaking. I shall chant your glories, following exactly in the footsteps of Lord Brahma and his disciples succession. In this way, I shall undoubtedly be able to cross the ocean of death. Nothing can be more clearer than this. Instead of coming out with the Andhra melody, this melody, that melody, so many melodies, but we are not following the footsteps. Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, that is fact. But before the Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, we have to follow the footsteps of the acharyas, because the acharyas are purifying our consciousness, and then they also chant the holy name. After all, like when I chant my Hare Krishna mantra japa, I always chant Cheto Darpana Maharjanam Baba Mahadava. Because the purpose of chanting is to become more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, ready to offer all respects to others. And in such a humble state of mind, one can chant. And there he is also explaining in the previous verse, Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavatad Bhakti Rohita Kitri. The purpose of chanting is to be engaged life after life in the devotional service of the Lord. Not I want to go back home, back to Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never says that. Rather, in one verse he says, Nama Namakari Baudhanija Sarva Shakti Tatrapita Niyamita Smaranena Kala Etadishi Tavakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdayam Vidrishnam Ihijan Nanurag. I will read the translation of this verse, the beautiful verse. You have manifested all your potencies in your innumerable holy names. There are no restrictions on when they may be remembered, O Bhagavan. You are so merciful, but I am so unfortunate that spontaneous attachment, anurag, for your holy names has not arisen within my heart. And we are thinking if we chant 16 rounds, we are already gone beyond the modes of nature. That is only a minimum thing. Minimum one should breathe the air. So in the spiritual life, Prabhupada has recommended some minimal things for the beginners. But if we are advancing at all and we becoming free from material desires, slowly, our chanting has to go better and better. And before the chanting, the bhajans have to be sung every day without fail. You know, Pajahure mana Srinanda Nandana Avaya Charana. Govinda Das is praying, oh my mind, please, Avaya Charanara, meditate on the holy name of Abhaya Charana. Pajahure mana Srinanda Nandana. Always think of Krishna. So this is the purpose, this is the whole purport of this Krishna conscious life, is to follow in the footsteps of, because spiritual life means anugatyamai, not independently, doing whatever one wants to do. No. Following in the footsteps of previous acharyas. And if we don't do that, then we will come into mental speculation and we think we are doing spiritual life, then it will become a Hinduism. That's all. Everybody does whatever they want to do. So it is very strict. Actually, spiritual life is very strict. And Vedic culture survived because of this disciplic succession. All over India, it is like that. And slowly things got lost because of the age of Kali. Even Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I gave this knowledge to Vivaswan, but due to the influence of time, it got lost. Therefore, I am giving the same knowledge to you, starting from you, disciplic succession. So in the material world, time is a very strong factor. Time is also Krishna, Kala, Kalo Asmi. I am time. Therefore, under the influence of time, everything slowly goes down. Like our body grows older, and in the matter of under the influence of time, one day it cannot walk, we cannot do anything. We just have to leave this body and be prepared to go to the next level, next body. So this is the time. So that also influences all the things. Even the Brahma has to leave the body, Brahma Loka is finished, everything is finished. And then it is absorbed in the body of the Lord. Then again he creates. So this is the process. Therefore, time is something which destroys everything. So if you don't follow the footsteps of the previous acharyas, we are under the influence of time completely. And the time is a destructive factor. But at the same time, when it is used in the following the footsteps of acharyas, it increases our spiritual lifespan. We will realize more and more that we are actually servants of the Lord. Jivere Swarup hoy nityare Krishna das. Ekala Ara Krishna, Ekala Ishvara Krishna Ara Sabhabritya, including Vishnu Tattvas, Balaram, all the incarnations, all the Narayana, all of them, they are all Krishna's servants. And so when Krishna appeared in Braj at that time, 5,000 years ago, Baladev, Narayan, everybody was inside the Lord. So the killing of the demons was done by Narayan, not by Krishna. Krishna is Rasika Shekhara. He is enjoying transcendental pastimes with this devotees. So this is important. And today's verse, 19th verse. Balasya neha, please repeat after me. Balasya neha.
Balasya neha.
Taranam pitarao.
Taranam pitaro.
Narasimha.
Narsimha.
Nartasya.
Tasya.
Nartasya.
Nartasya.
Chagadam.
Jagadam.
Udanvati.
Udanvati.
Majato.
Tito.
Now.
O.
Taptasya.
Tasya.
Tat pratividir.
Tat pratividir.
Ya.
Ya.
Ihanjaseshatas.
Ihan jasatis jasas.
Tavad vibho.
Tavat vipo.
Nanu tanubritam.
Anuvritam.
Tvad.
Tvad.
Upekshitanam.
Upekshitanam.
So, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. My Lord Narasingha, O Supreme, because of the bodily concept of life, embodied souls neglected and not cared for by you cannot do anything for their betterment. Whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly impermanent. For example, a father and a mother cannot protect their children. A physician and a medicine cannot relieve a suffering patient. And a boat on the ocean cannot protect a drowning man. Very beautiful words. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Can you, one of you can read the purport loud? Nita Patel, can you read the purport loud?
Yeah, Prabhu, which I have to get my book. Which or let me open up Pocket Veda. What chapter and which verse?
Which verse is chapter 9, text 19?
Canto?
Canto 8, Canto 7.
Okay. Seven, chapter 8.
9, chapter 9,
Chapter 9,
text 20.
text 20.
Okay, 1 minute, just hold on. अरे पाव भाजी मसाला लेके बोलना भूल गया. अच्छा, कल ही परसों तो अपना फूड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, कल ही सब्जी लेके आना हो सके तो.
कल सब्जी लेना बेहतर होता, नहीं तो
आलू और कैबेज 2-3 सब्जी
ले आ सकते. पत्ता गोभी और फूल गोभी ले आ सकते.
ठीक है, लेके आ जाओ.
मूली भी ले सकते, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. वो कल सब्जी ले लेंगे.
और किचन में डाल देना, क्योंकि किचन ठंडा है अभी तो.
ठंडा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, और उसमें थोड़ा कुछ लगा देंगे तो उसका नहीं आ सकता.
करेक्ट.
ठीक.
उन्होंने तो वो छोटा वुडन का उधर लगा दिया ना.
देखना पड़ेगा, मेरे ख्याल से नहीं लगता.
ठीक है.
और मसाला कितना है देखना पड़ेगा. मसाला भी टोटल लेके आए.
ठीक है.
जब बोलो तो मैं कैलकुलेट करके ले लिया.
ठीक है. चावल और दाल लेके आए.
चावल दाल नीचे.
ठीक है.
ये तुम ठीक, वो पहले आना चाहिए. कल सब्जी लेके आ.
क्लास ले. So we are just discussing with a devotee who's actually a Muslim, but he does a lot of devotional service. So we are going to have prasadam distribution, our weekly prasadam distribution on Friday. So you should all become part of that program, prasadam distribution in Gudrum Dev. Try to help us out in that way. This way you will be engaging in a supremely welfare activities of distributing Krishna's prasadam. I am personally the cook for that prasadam distribution. That's our good fortune. So I want you to be also part of it. Okay. So through parental care, through remedies of different kinds of disease, and through means of protection on the water, in the air, and on the land, there is always an endeavor for relief from various kinds of suffering in the material world. But none of them are guaranteed measures for protection. They may be beneficial temporarily, but they afford no permanent benefit. Despite the presence of a father and mother, a child cannot be protected from accidental death, disease, and various other miseries. No one can help. No one can help, including the parents. Ultimately, the shelter is the Lord, and one who takes shelter of the Lord is protected. This is guaranteed. And the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya pratisanihi name bhakta pranashati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Therefore, unless one is protected by the mercy of the Lord, no remedial measure can act effectively. One should consequently depend fully on the causeless mercy of the Lord. Although, as a matter of routine duty, one must of course accept other remedial measures. No one can protect one who is neglected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this material world, everyone is trying to counteract the onslaughts of material nature, but everyone is ultimately fully controlled by material nature. Therefore, even though so-called philosophers and scientists try to surmount the onslaught of material nature, they have not been able to do so. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that the real suffering of the material world are four: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, birth, death, old age, and disease. And in the history of the world, no one has been successful in conquering these four miseries imposed by material nature. Prakriti kriyamanani gunais karmani sarvasaha. Material nature, Prakriti, is so strong that no one can overcome her stringent laws. So-called scientists, philosophers, religionists, politicians should therefore conclude that they cannot offer facilities to the people in general. They should make vigorous propaganda to awaken the populace and raise them to the platform of Krishna consciousness. Our humble attempt to propagate Krishna consciousness movement all over the world is the only remedy that can bring about a peaceful and happy life. We can never be happy without the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Tvad upekshitanam. If we keep displeasing our Supreme Father, we shall never be happy within this material world, in either the upper or the lower planetary systems. So this purport itself is perfectly clear. Nobody can add anything to it. Prabhupada made it very clear. But we are making a humble attempt, as Prabhupada made an humble attempt to spread this Krishna consciousness movement. We are also following in his footsteps to humble effort to explain and these verses and the purport with our own realization, our level of realization. So if you're following the process, your adhikar has to go up. If you follow the process strictly, then your adhikars will go up, and one day you become self-realized, pure devotee of the Lord. Then we will be able to follow Anya Bilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhi Anavritam Anukulani Krishnanushilaram Bhakti Uttamam. Uttama Bhakti, free from fruitive activities and Jnana. Simply to serve Krishna the way he wants. And we are accepting any misery that comes in our life as a mercy of the Lord. In one clip I just got a couple of days back, all misery should be accepted as a mercy of the Lord. We cannot complain and criticize anybody, the government, just like they had this shooting in Australia, everybody is criticizing everybody. The Pakistanis, they say the Indians also have a hand in it. And, Jewish people are all upset about it. You cannot stop all this thing. If one has the ability to accept it as the Lord's mercy, then we must surrender to Krishna, because any time problems can come. Just like when our son was very small, a few months old, my wife used to put napkin, and she had a table which was about 2 to 3 feet height, and the Madhumangal would be staying there, and she would change the nappies. But one day, he just turned over and he just fell down from 3 feet height. Oh my goodness, what a fiasco. And it was a floor, strong stone floor. And he got hit in the head, in the forehead, and the whole eye became black. He was crying like anything. We could not protect him. Janaki, my wife, was right there, but she could not protect him. But ultimately, we took him to a hospital, and one stupid doctor, he said we should take the liquid from the brain, and some stupid nonsense he was speaking. I told my wife, let's go to a proper person. And the doctor was very nice. He did like this, clicked it right to left, he changed, and Madhu's eyes were moving here, right and left. He said, there's no problem, it will recover. And afterwards, he was laughing, smiling. So even though we were parents, we could not protect him. Accidents can happen. One day he because I was cooking, and sometimes I would take him on my shoulder and I would cook with on one hand. And he was also curious, because the children are always curious. So the electric stove, you don't see the fire red. So one day he put the hand on the plate which was just finished cooking. Oh, poor boy was crying like anything. And finally, We applied some ointment and then he became peaceful. In the morning, I said, Madhu, how are you feeling? He said, oh, I have a bandage. He was very fascinated with the bandage. So we can't protect anybody. We have to pray to the Lord. We have to beg for mercy that we are protected. And even if the Lord protects a devotee sometimes has to go through many obstacles, like Prahlad Maharaj, standing example. Lord was protecting him all the time, and his father was trying to kill him. Still, he was protected by Narasimhadev. So in every situation, we should depend on Krishna. We should appeal to the Lord. Oh Lord, I'm in difficulty. We recently had some experience also. Some online, cyber crime happened, and my wife fell victim to that. So we lost some money because of that. But when they came to me, they also tried to take. But I appealed to the Lord, Krishna, you take care of this. I can't. So they tried their best to take money from my account, but they could not take it. And finally, the State Bank of India called me and told me, do you know this person? I said, I don't know. And that guy was very upset who was trying to take the money. And they politely say, because you're senior citizens, we are trying to protect you, but all bullshit. So I appealed to the Lord, what can I say now? We could have been smart and this, but we never experienced anything like this, but it happened. And from my account, they could not take one penny, but my wife's account, they cleaned up the account. So suddenly we are having a little financial crisis. What can you do? You cannot protect yourself. But one account was protected by the Lord himself directly. So now we can see from these verses the purport. We cannot protect ourselves. Only the Lord. Lord is the only person who can protect all living entities. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yovidadati. Is fulfilling and maintaining all living entities and fulfilling their desires. So how can we actually become protected? The only remedy is that we can bring about peaceful and happy life. What is that? To propagate Krishna conscious movement. But what is that Krishna conscious movement? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasam, Sakinam. Every day we have to hear Krishna's pastimes. Prabhupada brought the Krishna book, one of the first books he brought it out. And Krishna, every day we should read that. And should be able to, we should recollect what you have read and remember those pastimes. And right from the birth till Vrindavan pastime, and then going to Mathura, and then go to Dwaraka. All these things has to be remembered. And in the beginning stage, till Ashakti, Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Tata Anartha Nivriti Nishtha Ruchi Rati. Till Rati stage, one has to make an attempt to remember Krishna's passion. It is not automatic. Sometimes it is easier, sometimes it's not easier. In Rati and Nishtha, Ruchi and Rati, it is a little bit easier. But then when it comes to Asakti, the pastimes of the Lord flows into your mind. You don't have to worry about it. That is when the Shuddhanam descends on the tongue. And then comes Bhav, the next step after Ashakti. And after Bhav comes prayer. 24 hours one is engaged in the Lord's service. Prabhupada was a standing example of that. Bhav and Prem, he was executing his whole mission on that platform. He was not just another yogi trying to spread spiritual life in the West. No. He was coming simply because he was executing the order of the Guru. But before that, in Vrindavan, there's a wonderful book which Mula Prakriti, one of our god sisters, wrote that. She took an interview of many sadhus living near Radha Damodar. And they used to hear every day in the night Prabhupada sweeping the courtyard of Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, and is praying and crying, I am so helpless. My Guru Maharaj has ordered, but I'm unqualified. And when he used to do that every day, finally Rupa Goswami appeared to him. And he said, now I've arranged everything, you please go now to West. He was dependent on Rupa Goswami's mercy. And then only he went. It's not like your money will take you to America. I mean, nowadays people running around and fly airplane, but Prabhupada went in a ship. Have you ever been on a ship? Any one of you? Yes or no?
No, Prabhuji.
I've been on a ship because I was in the Navy.
Like you mean to say,
short
like
time.
not a boat I've been, but ship, like a big ship, right?
Yeah.
No,
And the ship, it goes in the ocean. The waves are there. The ship also goes up and down, and your stomach will get such an uproar. You keep on vomiting all over the place.
Mm.
The seasickness is very intense. And Prabhupada went through that. And he had 2 heart attacks also during the ship ride. He never got on and go to the next hospital. No. He just tolerated, remember Krishna. And all the 10 incarnations of the Lord were taking care. And the captain said, oh, Swamiji, we have never seen Atlantic Ocean so peaceful. He doesn't understand that. How did it become peaceful? Because all the 10 incarnations were protecting the ship, and Prabhupada especially. And finally, they reached Boston and like that. So, if we are not learning the art of depending on Krishna for everything, health may go bad, this may go bad, but people go to insurance and they buy policies. Sometimes the insurance policy, no, we cannot offer you this money. They'll put some terms there, and you will not know because nobody is reading all the policies, every paragraph. You cannot get up due to this, due to that, due to this. So much money you have spent, but you don't get any support from the health insurance company. Same thing with any other type of insurance. We may try our best to do whatever is needful, but we cannot depend on any of this. Only Krishna is the only protector of us. So we have to come to that point. The purpose of chanting japa, purpose of reading Bhagavatam is to come to this point of depending on Krishna. And we have to hear Krishna's pastimes as per the Bhagavatam and the 10th canto, Dasama Skanda, and till the 12th canto. All these things are very important. If you don't remember all this passion, how can you remember Krishna at the time of death? Mechanically, you cannot remember. You may chant 16 rounds, which, I've chanted my 16 rounds today, minimum quota. I followed my guru, but your rati is not increasing. It says very clearly. But I am so unfortunate. You are so merciful, but I am so unfortunate that spontaneous attachment, anurag for your holy names, has not arisen within my heart. So we have to see as my anurag attachment has arisen or not. If it has not arisen, one should pray to the Lord. And then when anurag at time arises within our heart, then we'll feel we are very insignificant, very small, and we are completely dependent on Krishna. And we are always praying. Every day I have to chant this Cheto Darpana Marjana before I chant my japa. Because I know when I come to these verses, I know I have no attraction to the holy name. I may be so many years in the movement, this and that, but is the attraction there or not? And if you don't commit any offenses while performing devotion service, Nama Aparad, Dhama Aparad, Seva Aparad, Vaishnava Aparad, if you don't commit that, then it is not verbal. Like in America, they always say, I love you. It doesn't mean anything. Then they divorce also. Simply go, glories to Guru Maharaj, glories to this, glories to that. Yes, but what is the meaning of all these statements? And we have to follow in the footsteps of a pure devotee. If you don't do that, then all our statements as blank bullet. Nobody will die. Our material desires will not die. So we have to follow the footsteps, and the effect of that, we will realize how small and insignificant we are. And we are completely dependent on the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So if there are any comments at this point, please ask. Any comments?
Prabhuji, I lost track in the middle. Like you covered how many verses today? I just wanted to know.
2 verses. I did yesterday's verse and today's verse. That's all.
Oh, okay. So one verse is only covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for explaining. It's like a reinforcement every day for us. And you're right. Like, in the same context, we can, we can chant like a parrot. I'm saying for myself. And then, and we can do that for a million of years. But there's no transformation, So that's what I feel for myself. I'm going through. But I don't know. Since we have to do it, so I'm doing. But I don't know how much ruchi I have in it. That is another big thing. And when the rounds are not done in the morning, then it becomes very stressful. फिर like मन नहीं लगता कहीं. I have to finish the round before I go out or do anything else. Like Radhanath Maharaj would say, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj would say that you should finish your round before you start your day. Like before 9 at least, one should finish all the rounds, and then start the day with that consciousness.
That expression, finishing the rounds, is not appropriate. The actual idea of chanting the holy name, Prabhupada says, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, not like that. With preeti, with love and affection, you have to chant. Slowly chant. Not like trying to finish our rounds. That is a very mechanical way of living. Just trying to eat prasadam, but what are we eating? Are we eating any healthy? We are offering anything nice to Krishna? Then we should take that prasadam. Prasadam becomes food becomes prasadam when it is offered with love and devotion. And the same thing holds true for chanting the holy names. Preeti. There's one lecture, Prabhupada says, he imitated. Sometimes I heard devotees, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. I thought, what the hell is you chanting? We become we are very familiar with Krishna consciousness. We are not taking it deeply. You have to peacefully sit down and chant or walk, even if you have to walk. No. But don't make walking as a means for chanting. No. Chanting is the main thing. Prabhupada used to also walk in his own room. But while doing the morning walks, he is not sitting and chanting. Sometimes he would chant. So, you have to, whatever you do in life, you have to be conscious. The Krishna consciousness is also Krishna consciousness. You have to be conscious of Krishna. What we are offering to Krishna, how we are chanting the holy names, how we are relating with other devotees, not just officially. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for explaining both the verses. And I really appreciate your pointing out that bhajans, Vaishnava bhajans, are magical. And it's very important that we incorporate them in our life and we listen to them and we try to understand what bhava senior acharyas had when they were writing that bhajan. So it really gives us idea of what acharyas, the way acharyas think. So thank you so much. And the bhajan you pointed out, Gauranga Bolite Habe Pulaka Sharira. Amazing bhajan, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yes. Hari Hari Bolite Nayana Bhabe Nira.
Yeah.
Ar Kabe Nitai
Saishan
Ar
Karuna Koibe. Samsara Mashamari. Kabatu.
So we have to see whether if we are getting the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu is shown by how much we are becoming free from samsara vasana. Otherwise, samsara vasana will be always there.
Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
It's taking a medicine, you have to see your problem is going down. You're becoming free. Then that you have to take eternally the medicine in the form of material medicine. Keep on taking tablet for the rest of the life. After some time, you should have some improvement. Unless the disease is so acute, you might have to take it for the rest of the life. But similarly, in the Krishna conscious process, yes, we have to chant the Hare Krishna for the rest of the life. But are we developing spontaneous attraction? Anuraga, raga, spontaneous attraction. Is spontaneous, and then everything becomes mechanical and based on rules. Niyamagraha or niyam agraha, or chanting or performing, following rules without knowing the purpose of the rules, or not following any rules. This is called niyam agraha, niyama agraha. So you have to chant the holy names in the association of very elevated devotees. Ordinary devotees, yes, they are also following some rules. Definitely, they are also trying to chant. But in the association of very advanced devotees, very, very important. It's like a children associating with the parents. They learn good language, good samskars. It's only by associating with the parents. And if the parents are spiritually inclined, it will come to the children. Paying obeisances every day, this and that, tulsi, parikrama, all sort of things. But if the parents are not there and the children are just left on their own, they eat anything and everything, and no principles or no samskars, they become asurik. As you send them to normal schools, just so that the children get out of the home, then in the school they learn all sort of strange things. So very important. What type of schools you're going to send, where you're going to send, what some scars are you going to send. Just like if you marry your daughter to somebody, you have to see what family she's getting a husband from. Not just, because of sex desire, you marry somebody off. No. You have to look already before she. Prabhupada says his sister got married when she was 9 years old. Nowadays, people are educating themselves till 15, 20, 25, 30 and get a job, they make money, then they feel independent, and then they sometimes feel there's no need of marriage. And they become just men, not like a woman anymore. That is what is happening today, nowadays, everywhere in the world, including India also. They're postponing the most essential thing. Especially if you're not going to be a brahmachari in the temple or serving a sannyasi or guru, then you have to, mostly everybody has to get married, especially girls. And in the first canto in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, to be a single unmarried woman is not good for a society. And there are so many ladies, especially in America, is completely crazy. Still in India, some control is done, but in the Western world, all women are staying in their own apartment. But what are they going to do in the night? Desires come, overflow their minds, and they will give a phone call to the boyfriend and bring them to the house. And then what do? Sex life. That's all, nothing else. And they use contraceptives. They don't even become pregnant. They're not even natural anymore. All these things happen. I know what happens in America because I was there 7 years. So that's why Prabhupada wanted farm communities where devotees live together. Children go to like a Gurukul type of school. The women are, they all learn everything in the Sangha of devotees, but women are trained a little differently. Household duties, cooking, making yogurt, churning the yogurt and taking butter out and making ghee. All day they are engaged in different things. They learn how to do kolam, what is called the geometric patterns, rangoli every day the house, in front of the house. All this training should be given. My sister got this training. My mother had this. My mother was getting up 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I'm sure in your own homes, your mother, grandmother were getting up very early during Brahma Muhurta. Before Brahma Muhurta comes, before the sun rises, they're already sprinkling cow dung water in front of the house and making all this wonderful kolam, rangoli, and they're offering an oil lamp to Tulsi Devi. This is the culture. Nowadays they cannot get out of the bed because they have been entangled with the mobile and this and that, so many things. So this should be followed. Prabhupada wanted this. One time it happened, Hyderabad, I was there in the morning, I was walking with Prabhupada with other devotees. And there was one Indian Mataji was brooming outside the house after the sun, because Prabhupada was concluding, he was walking back to the place where we were staying. And suddenly he saw this woman brooming. He said, why is she brooming now? Sun has already come up. And then he realized this is an Indian woman. He said, how come she is trained up? Normally in India, women are trained up. But she is, joined ISKCON. Sometimes you do crazy things, even within ISKCON. We don't follow the Vedic culture anymore. And it happened in front of me. I know Prabhupada was so serious. He said, the Indian boys and girls are forgetting their culture. This is what he said. And he chastised me also. Beware of your associations with these Mlachas and Yavanas. They'll spoil everything. Teach by your example. He told me directly. You've been already trained up at home, he said to me. Why are you not doing something? Because of course we cannot do whatever we want within ISKCON, because what authority you have, Prabhu? Is the temple president tell you this and that. At least in our household, I can do many things. But in a temple, it's difficult. Anyhow, these things are there. We have to be very conscious what Prabhupada wants and how does he want. And one should try to keep Krishna in the center of our life with all possible means. Don't be carried away by the West, especially in the Western world. But at the same time, you cannot avoid, because you're all gone there to work and make money and this and that. There are no parents and grandparents also living with you, because when the grandparents are there, they naturally inculcate some pious life for the children. But if that is not there, that support is not there, what is the support? Where is the support coming from? That's why people were living in joint families. And nowadays it's nuclear families, and therefore there's a nuclear explosion everywhere. Any other comments? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. You said the first we start with the mechanical way of doing chanting, and then it should develop bhava. First, then what are the steps, Prabhu? Preeti, and then bhava, and then prema?
No, if you read Ujjvala Nilamani, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, and which is quoted by Rupa Goswami also before that. Ado Shraddha. First it starts with Shraddha. General Shraddha, pious Shraddha. Ado Shraddha Tada Ado Shraddha Tata Anartha Nivriti. Then you do chanting under the guidance of devotees, and Anartha Nivriti, unwanted things will be out of the heart. Gradually. Then Anartha Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha. Yeah. First piety, Shraddha, then Sadhu Sangha, then Sadhu Sangha, Anartha Nivriti, then Ato Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha, Tata Bhajana Kriya, yes, activities of devotional service under the guidance of sadhus, then Anartha Nivriti, then Nishta, then Ruchi, then Rati. And after Rati, all these times you have to make an endeavor to remember to chant. In the Ashakti stage, when the Shuddhanam descends on the tongue, then from that time onward, chanting will not be difficult. It will come automatically. The whole day you will be doing different bhajans, kirtan, by performing your day-to-day activities. I remember when I was traveling in America alone, because of the staying in the temple for so many years, we used to have every day evening aarti, morning aarti, and we used to participate. And I was alone traveling in America in my van somewhere. And when it was 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, I started chanting, Kiba Jayo Jayo Gora Chandir Arati Keshoba. I was thinking, oh, what is the time? Exactly 7 o'clock. Somewhere I was driving, and I was just driving, chanting and driving, and gradually I would reach the destination. So it becomes like that. And automatically your clock is set, internal clock is set like that.
Very
So
nice.
Anartha Nishta Ruchi Bhava, Ashakti, then Ashakti comes Bhava. Bhava means after Ashakti, Bhav comes. Bhav means rendering devotional service with flavor. And then comes Prema.
Okay.
So that is the. What is your name, Prabhu?
Sandeep Prabhu.
Sandeep.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Actually, I was thinking like for the bhava and prema, maybe bhajan kriya develops that bhava and prema or a ruchi.
Bhaktara Kriya is going on till Prema also, no
Okay.
doubt. But it is more with the rag, with the attachment, spontaneous attachment. Before that, the spontaneous attachment doesn't come. We have to follow it as the instruction of Guru, following the rules and regulations. Like children, they have to go to school. They don't learn the language just like that. They will talk to you like a child, and you're talking to them, they will reply to you. But they don't know the grammar, they don't know anything. How to
Right.
write a line, even to write also they don't know. You have to, there the education comes. And to engage the mind, it's a process of cultivating. Because even to learn a language, first of all, in the house, good language, if the father and mother use harsh language, the children will also learn harsh language. But if they really respect each other and speak properly, the children will hear and the children will also start speaking properly. With affection, with love.
Right, Prabhu. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. It's a very nice class, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Prabhuji, I just wanted to know that as a devotional service, practical devotional service, you distribute prasadam, you cook prasadam and distribute?
Yes. We have a flat bed and we put all the pots of prasadam. There are all the 20-liter pots, 15 to 20-liter pots, and we have a flat bed and we made holes. 5 pots can be put in each hole. Then if then in extra pots, we'll keep it on top of it. It's a nice system we have, developed. I was thinking how to carry them, and then we will push from the back, and then somebody is holding the. It's like a bicycle thing, and he's holding, and we go door to door, and the people. And I generally have a little speaker with Prabhupada chanting Hare Krishna mantra, and people will come. Prasad Dilo, the Radharaman Prasad. And then people will come and they bring their pots, and they think they want to take more. Oh, we have 2-3 people more at home. I said, okay, take it. So we distribute generally about 500 plates. It's come to 500 plates for every time we go out. Of course, if you cook more prasadam, then of course you can have 1,000 plates a day. No problem.
So then you don't charge for it. You just give it free?
No. Prasadam distribution is done by the grastas. Must do some seva for the society. In the form of prasadam distribution, in the form of book distribution, in the form of chanting the holy name, kirtan. This is very important. We don't charge for this. Whoever gives donation, there are many, sometimes some people give donation. Prabhu, I want to give this prasadam distribution for my father's death or something, whatever reason they may have. I don't even ask them so much like that. Whatever we have, our own savings, we use that. And whoever wants to be part of it, they can be part of it. Like I told all of you to be part of it. You can be part, you're sitting in America, but you can be part of it here in Godrumdev. Because Godrumdev is one of the 9 islands of Navadip Dham. And in that Godrumdev was, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was living in Godrumdev, did his bhajan there. And he wrote Swananda Sukha Kunj when he left his body there. And before the Surabhi Kunj, that's where Surabhi cow came during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, or even before that. And much before that, actually. So similarly, because these are Dham Vasis, Because not all Dhamvasis are very rich or anything. No. But basically, it's not like because they are poor. Everybody nowadays have a mobile, sometimes 2-3 mobiles in the same house. They have motorcycle, they have TV, they have everything. And they are listening to everything that is nonsense. But prasadam distribution, the goal is to purify the atmosphere, purify the people's consciousness, purify ourselves. When we do that first, it purifies our heart. Then we give it to others to purify and uplift their consciousness. It's a gradual process. Even Prabhupada, he was distributing prasadam in the beginning. Devotees were attached to eating chocolates, so Prabhupada would make a bottle of gulab jamuns, 50 gulab jamuns, he would make it ready. Without his permission, you can go in the temple room. He would keep the gulab jamun bottle in the temple room and they can take whatever they want and eat. The urge to eat sweets is very strong.
Some substitute is needed, because that actually think of it like having chocolate is like having tea and coffee only. It's addictive.
Yeah. The main thing is it should be prasadam. The idea is like we distribute khichdi and papad. Everybody gets 2, 3, 4 pieces of papadam and khichdi. People love it. Even the children, they can't hold that leaf cup, which is a big leaf cup like my hand, like this. And a nice portion of khichdi is offered with 3, 4 pieces of papadam. And the children, they say, can I have some more papadam? I say, I'll give them. So we make big bag of papadam. And everybody gets. We have a big walk now, by Krishna's grace. We have to develop another big walk. We have to generate some space for that.
And Prabhuji, to do all this, distribute prasadam, make in big pots, how much generally manpower is needed? You also cook and...
I generally do it. I start alone myself. And sometimes some devotees come and help me also. They also want to be part of it. So 2 to 3 is there, more than enough. 2 people. If you are good cooks, it's not a problem. Sometimes you have to lift a big buckets of 10 kilos of rice, wash it. That takes a little bodily strength. So younger boys are there, they are able to do it. And then we have to, potatoes, we have a potato peeling machine. So 10 kilos of potatoes you put and you have to put some water. Then in a matter of minutes, the potatoes all peeled out. And then we take it out the potatoes. Then we put it in a potato cutting machine. And into small cubes, they cut potatoes. So nowadays, I have introduced some machines because previously some Matajis were coming. Our servant was helping her, but she would come and at 8 o'clock, 8:30, by the time it is already too late. So everything should be cut and kept ready. And she has to peel the potatoes with a traditional way, But now this machine does the job. This is a very good machine. So any donations that are received are spent towards these type of things. Now we have to buy oil from outside the market. It's very expensive and nobody knows what they mix. Mustard oil or sunflower oil. Now we are planning to get our own oil machine, oil extracting machine, cold pressed, and so that we will have our own oil. Only mustard seeds you have to put it in, and you get mustard oil because we use it for our oil lamps also. And things are becoming more and more expensive. At least we make our own thing. The thing is, see, if you're younger, of course, you can do many things because you have a lot of energy. But nowadays, I have to start everything by myself. It's no problem. But this is a good way to engage the day and the life in Krishna's service. And whatever Krishna suddenly sent one boy out of the blue, he arrived 2-3 days back. And he has come with 8 other, 7 boys and 3 girls, like that. They're somehow traveling all over India here and there, just chanting Hare Krishna mantra. They have no money, no nothing. They just depend on Krishna. And it's a very nice group. They chant nicely on the road. So they're now, they said they will come to help. So it's very nice. Then with the help of these boys, they want to stay in Godruk Deep also. because I don't know them at all. So Krishna has sent this person, so we have to do that. Or whoever comes from other parts of the state, if I know them and they are in Mayapur, then they'll come and help me also. They want to do prasadam distribution. The main thing to do kirtan, you require 2-3 people, especially those who are devotees. Normal people, they're not into it. They don't. They chant Hare Krishna loudly sometimes, but they don't know how to do kirtan properly. That's why I play my little speaker with the Bluetooth. I transfer the Prabhupada's kirtans with that.
Thank you for sharing, Prabhuji. Very encouraging, because we can also think of ideas how to, preach in different ways.
Yeah. In America, it's a different story because their laws are so little different, You cannot just go and distribute food like that. Police will ask you, what permission do you have? In India, that is not a problem.
You need a license and all that here.
Oh, yeah, license and where you're cooking and all. Here there is no license. Of course, you have to be careful because neighbors are there, so don't do things which is blow up the place. Do it peacefully.
And also, luckily, our Sattvic cooking doesn't have that kind of a smell where, the neighbors will wonder.
No. On the contrary, the neighbors are amazed. He says, what a fragrance comes out of your house. Because I'm using beautiful masalas like Goda masala, this pav bhaji masala, garam masala, and coriander powder, a lot of ginger, green chilies, curry leaves, and tej pata. This will give you it's like a biryani, nice, fragrant sabji. But it's basically khichdi, mung dal, rice. It's a very nutritious thing. We also eat the same thing that day. Papadam, some nice papadam. So let us chant now a little bhajan. All of you are there now. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya.
Dharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol.
Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur.
Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur.
Jaya Jaya Sachinandana Gaur Hari, Jaya Sachinandana Gaur Hari.
Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari, Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari.
Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol,
Hari
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srila Gurudev
Jai.
ki Jai, Radha Raman Giriraj Giri Govardhan ki Jai, Grant Raj Bhagavatam ki Jai, Sukadev
Jai.
Goswami ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Purports ki Jai.
Jai.
All glory to the devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the
Hare
devotees
Hare Krishna.
devotees Hare Krishna. All glories, all
Hare
glories, all glories.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
All
Krishna
glories.
Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Dandavat
Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Jai. Vanchakal
Sarvesya Kripa Sindhubhya eva ca Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava.
की जय श्रीपाद जय
Jai. Jai.
इस देश रामचंद्र प्रभु जी की जय
Jai.
Ki Jai. All assembled devotees ki Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat
Thank you.
pranam.